What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are back in my very own Volvo XC40 and you can see it already. Summer has arrived, it's early June, it's lovely weather. And where our Volvos are able to take us through winter time, you know, very cold and dark, and they are very good at it, of course, in our suites. They are also very good in handling summer. You might wonder, well, how besides AC? Well, today I'm gonna show you guys a couple of tips and tricks how you can get through summer in your very own Volvo. So let's get started. Before we get started, guys, many of you watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel yet. Whilst I appreciate it a whole lot that you guys are watching, if you enjoy my content, please also subscribe to the channel because that helps me out a lot and enables me to create more content and also on a more frequent base for you guys. So if you enjoyed, please do so. And to those already subscribed, we've passed 500. Pretty cool milestone if you ask me. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Let's get started. So first things first, in this case, safety first. With warm weather also come a couple of measures. And in this case, of course, make sure you got a bottle of water with you. I finished mine already almost. And also an umbrella in case you break down. You got some shades with you. As I live in the Netherlands, an umbrella is common practice, especially in fall with all the rain. Anyway, also have a bottle of water on you. So in the second tip, let's start with the basics of the car. So we go into the climate control options over here. As you can see, AC is on and the auto climate is functioning. If you prefer else, you can also of course adjust it here to your own liking. Personally, I always have it in auto climate. Pretty easy. Good to know as well, if you are for example waiting on somebody and you don't want the engine to run, we can shut down the car, so we stop it. Then top left we go into parking climate and you can keep climate comfort going on. If you give that a press, the car basically will maintain the climate for a couple of minutes, so keep you cool while the engine is not running. A pretty cool function if you ask me, especially in these warmer days. Yeah, and besides that, of course, you can also crack the windows if you prefer that. So one of the other very useful features of the car is the Volvo On-Call application, in which, for example, in the winter, of course, you can warm up your car, but in the summer you can also cool the car down. By doing so, you basically start the car from the application, so you will start the engine as well, and by doing so the AC will start running too. To me, very useful, for example, if you have a business appointment, you are dressed up nice, or you have a nice dinner and you have to leave in a very hot cabin. That's not really nice to have. So basically you set a timer, for example 10 minutes, and I will pop up a screenshot somewhere here. And in those 10 minutes the car will cool down for you, which is yeah, very nice if you get in the car, if it's all chilly already. So that's a very useful one to have in the summer. So one of the other tips I want to give you guys is when you park the car in summer and it's full out in the sun, not in any kind of shade from trees or all that, I always crack the window of the panoramic roof or the sunroof, whatever you want to call it, a bit open whilst parked. So let me show you guys. Of course, up here is the button for it, and while I do so, let's press it up. The sunroof will open a bit and this one will open a bit as well. You still get the shade from that thingy going on over here, but that's a very useful one to have as well. So for the last few tips and tricks I've got out of the car, as you can see, and it is looking good again, the XC40. But yeah, it basically has to do with the key of the car as well. As you can see right now, the roofs and of the roof and windows are open, and you know, in summer you maybe have your windows and that kind of jazz more open. You get out and you might forget to shut it when getting out. Well, lucky for you, you can also use the key doing so. So by using the lock button and pressing it once, the car of course will lock. If you keep it pressed, the windows will close, as you can see, in the sunroof as well. So very useful if you get out of the car and you are like, oh man, I forgot it, need to get back into it. No, you don't, just use the key. That being said, it also functions the same way around. So if the car is locked right now and you forgot to like cool it using the Volvo On-Call app, for example, you can also open the windows whilst walking up to your car. So basically what you do again is use the unlock button, you keep it pressed for a couple of seconds, and there we go, the windows will open for you and you get the first bit of heat outside of your cabin. So that's a very useful one to have in the summer as well.